everybody. So today we're going to try Peach Smash from Oddside Ales. This one, I believe this is the first release of this one in 2023. I don't remember it before, but this is part of the Barrel Age Collection 2023. Strong ale aged in whiskey barrels flavored with peaches, 10.8% ABV. There's no price on the top, and I'm not sure what I paid for this. I'm guessing I want to say $7, but I could be wrong. This has been sitting out. I've done three other reviews. This is my fourth one. So maybe 30, 40 minutes. So it's going to be up to you how long you let this sit out. Uh, but I used to pick Outside Ales beers up all the time. I used to go to the brewery in Grand Haven. We just haven't made it up there. So when we get a release down here in Kalamazoo, I try and pick them up. A lot of the times they sell out quick. Like I think they just had a couple other ones that just came out that I haven't picked up yet. I know this just came out and I found a single of it at Megabev. But yeah, I used to run up, I should say, me and Jessica used to run up there to the actual brewery where you bought everything online and went and picked it up at the brewery. But yeah, we haven't been to the brewery in a couple of years. Probably need to go. But last time I picked stuff up, they were just okay and I was pissed. So if I'm driving that far, this stuff better be good. Brown muddy water color. It's got a tint of orange in there. Using the Oddside Ales glass. It looks thin, but it's... What else is in there? I guess like peaches mixed with brown sugar and let to, would you call it sweat? And then that liquid drained off would give you this. Interesting color, but it's got some orange. It's got some peach orange, but it's more like if you put a crap ton of brown sugar with a peach, that's the color you would get. Like it would make it darker than a regular orange peach. I don't know how much of the barrel would do that, but you can't see through that thing at all. But let's go ahead and smell. Definitely getting that whiskey barrel, that oakiness, charred oak, whiskey charred oak. If anything, I would say light dark fruits, if that makes sense. Would you put a light dark or a dark light fruit as a peach? It's got that smell like you would see in like a big barrel aged stout, like that dark fruit, but not as dark. I don't think I would go with peaches. I would say like a cherry, like a sweet cherry, like oaky cherry. Like smoked oaky cherry sweetness. Like like that whiskey barrel does come out, and you can definitely, at least I can, you can definitely tell it's not like a bourbon barrel because I'm not getting that sweet vanilla oaky note. This is like I almost want to say like an alcohol oak note in there. But there's some darker fruits. Yeah, like a lighter cherry and plum in there. But because that's kind of what you would pick up in a big barrel aged stout. those darker fruits, but I want to say it's those, but not mature. But I'm still getting those notes in there, not peach. Maybe a little char also on that oak, but uh, I would have a hard time picking out the peach in this one. Let's go ahead and taste. Ooh. Tinny, acidic, oak, dry, like chewing on like a whiskey soaked oak. I'm not getting peach. This is what I was saying about driving all the way up there, and they're okay, but I mean I understand it's young. I don't know if there's a date on this thing. Oh, we got one. Manufactured 9/18/23, so just over a month old. We just got this a couple week last week. I could almost see like a light caramel toffee note in there. Definitely dry. I don't think it tastes like peaches at all. Flavored with peaches. So a strong ale is going to be a sweeter malty syrup, I'm guessing. So that's probably, I guess you could say, if we break it down, strong ale, it's just going to be a lot of malt. Um, Crystals and regular malts. I could see using a combination depending, I don't know what they use for their strong ale, but if they're using crystal malts or something like that, they could layer a whole bunch of different ones on top of each other to get different notes. Um, so caramel toffee, I could see that coming out in crystal malts. Uh, like a double IPA, maybe a triple IPA, depending on how high you went. Um, that sweet syrupy malt is what you're getting. I have to say, as my palate's warming up, as I'm not drinking it, I get peach. I do get some peach. So maybe that strong ale is just really overtaking the peach. Then you put that in the whiskey barrel. Then I'm guessing they're finishing it on peaches, flavored with peaches. I don't know what that means. I don't know if like when they're bottling, if that mixture that's coming out of the barrel is just going through peaches to be bottled, or if it's like, would you call it a secondary? No, it's probably not, because your secondary is going to be the barrel. So third, I guess, fermentation. I don't know what do they call that? I don't even think I've ever heard of anybody putting something in three. Primary and secondary fermentation. I don't. I guess now that I'm really thinking about it, I wanted peach. I wanted peach oak. You know, because they have like a peach um, pellet or pucks that you can use when you smoke foods. I wanted something like that where it's going to be peach, but yeah, I guess strong ale, caramel notes, toffee malts, like I said, that sweetness is there. Then after fermentation, you're going into the barrel. I'm not saying it's bad, but if you're calling it peach smash, I have a hard time. I mean, it's just the name, but still. I mean, I'm sitting here drinking it. I get a little bit of alcohol, but not very much. Um, yeah, as the palate warms up, I guess the longer in between sips, I do start to get some peach coming out. I think I would go 4 out of 5. Um, it's really I want that peach up front, not in the aftertaste as your palate's warming up. I've said it before. If I want an oaky whiskey, I'll drink it. Or if I want a bourbon, I'll drink a bourbon. Um, I want in a beer, I almost want that to be secondary. I want the beer's flavors to come out with whatever it's aged in, not the other way around like you see a lot of barrel aged beers nowadays. So 4 out of 5. Let's go on Untapped. Two of my friends checked it in 4.13 out of 5. 71 people have checked it in 3.73. So strong ale aged in whiskey barrels with peaches. So this says with peaches. This says flavored with peaches. So are they taking the whiskey barrels and putting the peaches in them, then dumping the wort, or after primary fermentation, they're dumping that in there? See, this is why I guess being a home brewer is a little different when you look at this, because these are two separate things. Whiskey barrel with peaches means it's going in there, in the whiskey barrel. Flavored with would almost mean like what I was saying. Are they putting it in something like a hop rocket when they bottle, sending it through those peaches, then bottling it? Or are they doing a third fermentation on top of the peaches? But I would think then you would have to probably, maybe because the ABV is so high, you wouldn't have to use like a honey to try and keep bacteria out. Something like that. I'm probably going way too deep into this. Barrel aged strong peachy bourbon warm. Now, why are they saying bourbon? It was whiskey barrels, not bourbon barrels. See, that's another issue I have. If you say whiskey barrels, you're using a whiskey barrel. If you say bourbon barrels, you're using a bourbon barrel. Because a bourbon has to be so much. Is it wheat to barley? Old Forester 100. Um, does this even say what it's made up of? No. I can't remember now what makes it a bourbon. All is it all whiskeys are bourbon? Not all bourbons are, or a bourbon can't be whiskey? Something like that? Yeah, this doesn't say. But I think it's something that, yeah, for it to be considered a bourbon, it has to be the grain bill or something like that. Whatever. Uh, I'm definitely now going too deep into it. So October 21st, October 23rd. Let's go to all. I want to see if anybody says anything. 3 hours ago, 6 hours ago. Holy cow, 6 hours ago somebody had this? Boozy peach flavor. Okay, I think I'm done. Um, Definitely one to pick up and try it if you can find it. I don't think you'll be disappointed. So if you enjoyed this review, check out some more over here. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button and ring that bell. And until next time, cheers.